Stanford head basketball coach Jerod Haase is back on the Marching to Madness College Basketball Podcast. And I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to seeing the Cardinal and their rival, the Cal Bears, out here in ACC country very soon. But first things first, Coach, the Cardinal have one more Pac-12 season.
We're excited. It's like you said, one more go around here, and hopefully it'll be a fun one for us.
A fun one, yeah. Now you guys have been on a trip to Europe, into France and Greece at the end of August. How did this bring the Cardinal through to a point where that could be a springboard to when practice begins in late September?
Yeah, it was a great trip, and the reality is you also get 10 extra practices during the summer, so it gave us an opportunity to get a little bit farther ahead on our offense and our defense. And then the trip itself was good, playing really good competition, and also an opportunity for our guys to bond and enjoy a different culture and that kind of thing. So overall, it was really a positive experience.
Yeah, I thought it would be. I've heard a lot of coaches talk about those trips and the cultural thing and the fact that the team could bond and players could learn each other. Seems like it's a really big piece of what happens in there.
Yeah, no question. The goal is obviously to put a good team out there, but if you're going to have a good team, generally you have cohesion and team chemistry, and those are things that aren't easy to build. And when you have shared experiences like that overseas, it gives you an opportunity to grow and to have those shared experiences.
Coach, talk about the 10 practices a little bit. You already mentioned those before you leave for Europe and how those practices add depth to what you could accomplish before the practice itself begins.
Yeah, and in the summer you have a limited number of time normally, and then we're able to have that time and then add on a little bit more time, which allows you then to get a little bit more detail of your offense and a little bit more detail of your defense, and put guys in different situations that you normally wouldn't be able to do just because of the time restrictions. So all of that we used it to our advantage, and I think learned more about our team. And at the end of the summer, we certainly knew a lot more than at the beginning.
So you can add depth to your playbook on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and philosophically, I like to go pretty slow and try and get quality reps and not add too much. But yeah, we added a little bit more early, so when we get back here in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to hopefully hit the ground running.
There you go. Now you return a first-team All Pac-12 forward in Spencer Jones, your leading scorer, your second leading rebounder. He's really a good threat from the three-point range, and he can find the basket inside.
No, we love Spencer. He's really what college athletics is all about. Just handles his business well. I personally think he has a great chance of playing at the next level and being really good. He shoots the ball so well, can defend multiple positions, and is just a first-class person. So we know that we're, building a team with him as a real foundation piece, and we're excited about that.
Now, Brandon Angel will be back as well, as he is a consistent rebounder. And he can also find shots well inside the arc. How much potential offense has he been able to add during the offseason?
Yeah, Brandon's a really all-around solid player. Obviously, can shoot the ball really well from the perimeter, can score inside, can really handle it for a big for us, and we love what he does. And so, my goal is honestly for him. I think he's going to be the Scholar Athlete of the Year in all of college basketball. So you talk about somebody that represents the university the right way and does things the right way. He's a really gold standard for that.
Is he have skills as a passer at the forward position?
Absolutely. He is very skilled and, can put the ball on the ground and do things for himself. But he's, for his position, I would say he's a very good playmaker as well.
Yeah. Now, I looked at your recruits and transfers, and I find Cannon Carlisle as a potential combo guard. He's a noted 4 or 5 star player, and he was part of the well known Overtime Elite.
Yeah, Cannon's done a nice job this summer, and for everybody, there's always a transition from high school to college, or if a college player going to the NBA. But Cannon's done a nice job, um, making that transition, and we think he is going to have a nice career here.
Yeah. What are some things that he does right now that boosts him in favor of a nice career?
Yeah, he's extremely athletic. He has a different gear than a lot of the players that we have, and defensively can do things that are at a really high level. Offensively can play both positions, and certainly a capable shooter, and has that extra gear that can really get to the paint and score for himself or make plays for others. So he's we'd label him as a high upside. We think he has a really nice future ahead of him.
I was looking at your non-conference schedule and I saw the battle for Atlantis on the board. You opened with Arkansas, and then you get the Michigan-Memphis winner in the second round. Talk a little bit about how a tournament with that many talented teams in there, how does that get you ready for each of the various parts of the season?
Yeah, I mean that's really a marquee tournament, playing against great competition, all three games, and when you get tested that early, it really puts you in a situation that you're going to learn more about your team, and then what to work on in the month of December, and try and prepare you for the conference season. But we love the idea of being tested early, and giving it a go.
The transfer portal's become such a major topic in college football and college basketball. Now you lose 5 transfers. So as you added people in, how were your differences from last year be stylized a little bit?
Yeah, for us at Stanford, it's transfers are a little bit more challenging. We do have a transfer, Jerod Bynum, in this year, but I believe we've had 2 transfers in about 25 years. So it's rare for us to get transfers in. And so, when we do lose players, generally speaking, we bring in freshmen to fill in those voids, and that it keeps us a young team. But this one, this team, this moment in time, we are an older team. And for us, that's going to be a real advantage, and something we haven't had. So what we'll do is try and incorporate the freshmen and Jerod Bynum into us in a culture and a system that's really in place already. So if we can make that transition seamless, then I think it bodes well.
Thinking about that transfer portal, how do you see this playing out? I don't want to say in the end, but as time goes on, in college basketball, you coach at a Power 5 school, obviously known for academics as well as its hoops.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to play out. I think as time goes on, I think the rules will continue to change. I think the culture and landscape is going to continue to change dramatically. I know that with NIL and transfers, everybody would say it's been dramatic so far, but I think the future, the next 2, 3, 4 years, will be even more dramatic than the last couple of years, which is really saying something.
Is that a situation where you might have to add someone to your staff that's well versed in both of those areas, and that might be their number one, entity or number one thing you want them to do?
Yeah, I don't think we'll add staff members, but we can adjust, responsibilities with the staff that I have. I do think the ability to adjust and adapt in this climate is crucial, and hopefully we can do that at a high level.
Last thing, Coach, with all the uproar and the movement, which in my opinion was due to that decision by the Pac-12 commissioner that he pushed kind of the ESPN contract away, which was boot-koodles of money, boot-koodles of being able to be seen by the 12 teams. How do you keep players focused and moving from game to game when you've got all this stuff going on, off stage right and off stage left?
Yeah, honestly, at this point, the day and age that these guys are growing up is a little bit different than when I was growing up, and there's so many distractions on a daily basis with family and friends and coaches, and then social media and the pressures of their future and their academics, that I think we do preach, and I think our guys do a pretty nice job of putting blinders on and trying to focus on the task at hand.
So it's become more and more of a challenge, I guess, for a staff.
For sure. I mean, I think, yeah, things are evolving so quickly that the challenges continue. And again, the ability to adjust is key.
Coach Jerod Haase, ladies and gentlemen, in Stanford, in my favorite state, the state of California. It's a great place. I never get bored out in Cali, Coach. Thanks a lot for coming on here with me, and good luck to Stanford. And I hope to see you guys soon.
Wonderful. Thanks for your time.